wanna test us. We ball hard, wanna run with the best, you gon' learn.
Hello and welcome to the Relentless Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Kravchenko. I'm here with Coach Darnell Haney. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing great, Mike. How are you?
Doing fantastic, especially with the start to the season. We're off to a good start, 6-2, obviously. The best start since 2016, a year that they won the ASUN tournament. You were part of that staff. Can you talk a little bit to that, showing how the significant improvement from last season, having more wins already than the entirety of last season through the 8 games? Can you talk a little bit to that improvement and maybe some ways that were key to that?
I think I'm proud of our group for coming in and sticking to the game plan in a lot of these games that we've been able to pull out. And I also understand that because of our training, my strength coach, shout out to Marnie Greenstein, that was able to get us in there and keep us healthy throughout this time. And last year was a tough time for everyone, man. It was a different atmosphere, and I guess our group and our team and our program has gotten back to a little bit of normalcy with how we do things and not being restricted in our team building camaraderie piece that I think took a big hit last year. So I'm excited about this group. I'm excited about what they're going to bring to the table, man. We just need them to keep rolling and stay focused, man, and continue to bring the effort they're bringing.
And that's a perfect transition, actually, the focus. We're in a bit of a middle period right now. Obviously, the students aren't in class. We just had Thanksgiving and more holidays are coming up. Mm-hmm. How do you maintain focus within your team and even the staff, because the holiday times, a lot of people, they tend to kind of not fully check out, but they're in that mode. So how do you keep everyone just kind of centered on the game plan and focus?
I think first and foremost, it harps on me. Like as the leader and as their leader, I got to make sure that I'm 100% focused and locked in. And how you do that is you have some things that you have to get accomplished. You have standards and you have goals that you want to set forth, and you make some short-term goals and you make some long-term goals. But the standard is the standard here, and everybody has to live up to that standard and seek to live up to that standard every single day. Now, we going into a stretch of games right here where we got to just be prepared and be focused, and then we'll be able to take a little break and get a chance to see family and stuff like that. But right now, we're locked in and totally focused on our standards, man, and not really on other teams, but just doing the things that Jacksonville basketball does and doing the things that is the standard here at Jacksonville University.
Yeah, and one huge thing, those standards kind of go throughout the whole team. We spoke briefly after the game about starters and bench and how everything just kind of meshes together, how you feel that you have 10 starters on the team. Shania Jackson has reached now, she's leading the team in points per game. She's really climbing in minutes per game as well. So can you speak to the process that how you communicate with the team, to get them to buy into this kind of how the team functions, basically?
I mean, they all know that each of them have roles, and because each of them has a role that they have to fulfill. If they don't fulfill those roles, they're doing their team a disservice. They're doing the program a disservice. They have to do what they have to do in order for us to be successful. We don't have just one person we're gonna throw the ball to, and they're just gonna go get all the points and do all of the defensive stands. We don't have that. We have everybody that plays a part in what we have to do, and that goes from our trainers to our managers. Everybody has a role that they play. So you have to play your role. You have to be a star in that role and play that role to the best of your ability. And just speaking on Mo, I know what Mo. We all know what Mo is capable of doing, and that's Shania Jackson. We call her Mo, but we all know what she's capable of doing. And I just think once she understands and once she gets rolling a little bit, she can be a force to be reckoned with in conference and a force to be reckoned with. Period, man. She can play inside, outside. Very, very good basketball IQ. Very, very she's skilled. She can, like I said, she can play inside, outside. She can really be kind of a Swiss Army knife for us. I mean, in Florida State games, she brought the ball up when we were having some trouble bringing the ball up the floor. So she is definitely an asset to what we have here as a program. And once she gets going, man, she can really get going.
And when recruiting, was depth and versatility a key thing for you coming in, when seeking out players?
Depth and versatility is always going to be a stalemate here as long as I'm here. Like, we have to have people that can play, right? And the way we want to play, we may not be able to have, for example, we may not be able to have a Carmella Walker running around guarding the best player for 32 minutes a game for 32 games. You know what I mean? Like, we need other people to be able to step in and help out and give minutes. Like, as a recruit, when you come here, you know we're gonna play hard, we're gonna run, we're gonna rebound, we're gonna share it, and if you do that, you're gonna have an opportunity to play. And if you meet those standards every day, you're gonna have an opportunity to play. And it's gonna do nothing but make us better as a group, nothing but make us better as a program, and it's going to help you, and in turn help you. I mean, look at, like you just talked about, Shania Jackson is coming off the bench and she leads us in scoring. So, I mean, you don't find that too many places, and it's unique, and I think unique wins. I think unique is something that, sets you apart from other people, and we're gonna be deep. We want to have, like I talked about, 10 starters, and if we have 10 starters that we can plug and play with at any rate, I think we can be really, really dominant.
So really getting into that versatility, the starters, shifting a little bit back to November when you signed Kashana Brown. Can you speak to that a little bit about what you're getting, what she's bringing to the team, her abilities, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Georgia as well and the state.
Yeah, I think when we go into recruiting, we're not just recruiting basketball players. And I talk this about my staff the whole time, all the time. We have to make sure that we're recruiting. You got to be two things in the future. You got to either be two things or both, right? And I really love both and, right? You got to be 10 years from now, 5, 6, 7 years from now, you need to either be a pro or on your way to being a CEO. Like Kashana Brown is valedictorian of her class, and she's a 2-time state champion, and she's MVP of the state championship game, like top whatever player in the state of Georgia. She's a dog. She's both and. She has all those things. And getting a player of her caliber that can kind of play 1, 2, 3, 4s, does nothing but boost us. And then she's that long athletic guard that we like, and she can get after it. She can score at 3 levels. And again, pro or CEO, she's valedictorian of her high school class. Like, what major basketball player, high major basketball player is that, right? So you know that academics are important to her. You know that her upbringing and what she has behind her, her support system, is going to be there for her. And her mom is awesome. And then you just know, like, what you're going to get because you're getting a champion. It takes a lot to win basketball games at a high level, and winning a state championship is a high level as a high school basketball performer, and being MVP of the game and an all-state performer. I think we're getting the gym with Kashana, and we're excited about her.
The state that she's in is Georgia, and it seems that a lot of you have a decent amount of players out of Georgia.
It's a hotbed. If I go to we have Jaleesa Dunlap from Stockbridge, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. We got KK Hayes right there, Mount Zion right there in Atlanta. You got Denasia Shaw, Mo Jackson. We got Kashana Brown. Like, it's a hotbed, and it's a hotbed for basketball. When you go and when these tournaments in the summertime, a lot of the tournaments are in Atlanta. A lot of the gyms are in Atlanta. So they have an opportunity to play, and they play good basketball in the state of Georgia. They play great basketball in the state of Florida as well. But we've had some success with Florida and Georgia, and we want to make sure that we kind of conquer the state. We call it the state of Jacksonville. It's the Georgia Georgia, Florida state, like we just make it a big state and we just conquer it, man. We want to make sure that everything coming out of here that we can get our hands on, and every player that's a CEO or pro that we can get our hands on, we want to do that. So we're excited about Kashana, like I said, and we're happy about what the state of Georgia has done for us in terms of bringing in basketball players.
Do you find that the students being a little closer to home, being in Georgia and Florida, does that help a lot on kind of their mental?
That helps a lot with their mental. Like we have Carmela Walker, who's from down the street, New Smyrna, Daytona Beach area, and like if she needs to get home for a second on the weekend after practice, we may practice on Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning, and she'll text me and say, "Coach, I'm going home real quick," and she's back the same day, right? So I just think that's huge. It's huge for bringing fans in the stands, right? Having people that are close in driving distance where they can come, and then it's nothing like being able to get a care package is one thing from your parents, but being able to have your parents come and see you or you see them is tremendous, especially on your mental health in times like these.
No, for sure. And, recruiting around this area, can you talk a little bit to the actual recruiting process, maybe for any young talent that are listening, or any coaches or assistant coaches that are kind of trying to make their way up the ranks?
Just try to find what's your question, like
basically just giving a little bit insight into the process that you've created now, a few years into being a head coach. And
well I think just like in anything else, man, I think building a relationship is key. I think them understanding that there's a standard here, and them seeing it when they come, and us telling them one thing, and when they come they seeing that same thing. I think that's super important. I think that's what's helped us. I think us being visible, beating a team like Minnesota on Big Ten Network, us going to these local games. We just had a local tournament here, and they see us and they see JU, and we have it on our chest, man, and it's something that they know and that they've been able to associate with, man, and I think it's been excellent for us. And then my coaches do a good job of finding that talent, man, and we want to make sure that when we do find that talent fits who we are. Like you're going to have talented basketball players everywhere, but every talented basketball player doesn't fit, right? Every talented basketball player won't work with us, won't work with me, right? So you got to be a CEO or a pro. And if you understand that, you'll understand why I'm pushing you the way that I'm pushing you. Understand why my staff is pushing you the way that they're pushing you, because they want you to do the same. And we're gonna love you. We're going to love you hard, right? But at the same time, you're going to have a great time. You're going to have a great support system around you that wants to see you be the best possible person you can be.
So shifting a little bit to our upcoming schedule, we have our last home game of 2021 coming up on Friday, when this will be out, actually. Can you look a little bit back to the calendar year and maybe share a good moment of at Swisher during the 2021 year, now that, the year before, obviously, there weren't any fans and things were very different. So
Right.
we finally have had almost a full year of people being back and some more excitement.
I'm just excited about having the people back, man. We had a kids' day yesterday in our game, and seeing those kids in the stands. I told our group, I was like, that was you 10 years ago. You know what I mean? 15 years ago, whatever the case may be. So you have to make sure that you're playing, because that was you, and you were looking up to those people that were on the floor. So I wanted them to understand how important it was that they were able to come out and see us, and I wanted to just thank them. I want to thank Arlington Elementary for bringing those kids out, man, because that was awesome as well. Just seeing those people in the stands, man, and having our girls able to go and associate with those people. The Autism Awareness Day was huge as well. If you don't know, my son is on the autism spectrum, so Shout out to Caleb. He's on the autism spectrum, and just having those kids there, man, and seeing them smile and having the girls play with them, that was awesome as well. And we want to just enjoy the fact that when we were able to go into the film room and watch film as a team, man, that was huge. I'm glad that we're back to a sense of normalcy. At the same time, we're not going to dwell on what happened in 2021 and 2020. That's old news, man. We always are focused forward. We keep looking in the rearview mirror, we're going to crash. So we got to make sure that we're looking forward. We have to stay in the moment, right? And then we move forward to what we have in store and what the expectations and the standards are here in this program.
Oh, for sure. And kind of moving forward, we're traveling to the South Carolina, North Carolina coming up to play USC upstate and UNC. What do you see as the biggest challenges with longer road trips like that, and playing maybe like a team like UNC?
I just think we have to. We just got to pack our we always talk about. We got to pack our defense in our suitcase, man, and roll. I think. I mean, there are no challenges as far as travel. We're not a bougie bunch, right? So we're going to get up there. We're going to get in that hotel. We're going to go to practice. We're going to go through our regular routine. And we're going to be a family at doing it. And we go through our regular routine, and we do our deal that we do as a program. And we go up there, and we game plan for those teams, and we go take care of our standards. And bottom line, when you're going in, especially to a team like Upstate that's playing good basketball, a team like North Carolina that's playing good basketball, you just got to come with your A game, pack your defense in your suitcase, and be ready to rock. I think our group is ready to rock. I think we've had a accumulation of a lot of solid practices, and we just got to go and do what we do.
No, for sure, and looking to definitely keep the good times rolling through December, and especially getting into the new year, coming into conference play. It's been really impressive to see the team so far, and looking forward, honestly, to this road trip. Lastly, since it is the holiday season, I definitely would like to ask what your favorite part of the holidays is, whether it's an activity, food, or just
all of it. I like to be able to spend time with my family, man. I like to see my kids open their gifts, right? Especially my little one, man. My little one is gonna go crazy when this thing happens. She's 4 years old, and she just goes berserk. She gonna wake me up early, and she gonna go to bed late, and she get a chance to do all that. And excited about that, man. I'm excited to see my family and just get a bit of a break as we go into the new year and get ready for conference play and get these girls a little bit of a mental break going into conference play. So we're excited about this week coming. We're excited about our game. We play our game tomorrow. We got to make sure we got to pack our defense in our suitcase and get ready to rock.
So defense is the name of the game all season. Absolutely.
I mean, it's the name of the game in the program. It's what we start with, and it's what we end with, and it's one of the standards is control the controllables, and we feel like that's something that you can control, right? You can't control making shots, you can't control them making shots, but you can be in the right position, you can communicate at a high level, early, loud, and often, and then you can just give effort. I think all it's about is effort and want to. And if you show effort and want to out here in this program, I think you're going to see some success individually, and in turn, we get success as a team. So
definitely, I think that stretches beyond basketball too. Like Absolutely. Even going back to the family matters, and as an individual, have you been able to kind of translate that to your family, your kids,
Absolutely.
Control the controllables?
Absolutely. We try I got a 16-year-old who is part of this TikTok, social media storm, and she's also a volleyball player. And, that's something that I talk to her all the time about, just being able to do that enjoying the opportunity that you have and being able to understand that you're going to have some adversity. You're going to have some things that don't go right, and how you handle the things that don't go right determine, you and your character. So something that we preach at our house, something that has been preached to me by my coaches and my family and my mother and father. So it's what we preach here, and it's carry over, and hopefully the players in our program take some of these lessons, right, and incorporate them into their life after this thing is over with. So that's what we're about.
No, I absolutely love it, and even someone like me being able to, and a listener being able to take any message out of that, I think is huge. So definitely appreciate that message, and I'm sure everyone else does as well. That'll really do it for this episode of the Relentless Podcast.
We're done. No food today, man. We're not talking about food. We're good.
Listen, if you want to enter some food,
we haven't had anything. We haven't had anything any different that I've had. Nothing. I had some salmon last night, man. Okay. Took the girls out to had some salmon last night. What was it? Oh, staff. Took the staff out the other day, man, and had a nice dish, so it was good.
What about Christmas food? Nothing?
Christmas food, you got the macaroni and cheese, you're going to have that. And Christmas food is just Christmas food. It's not like Thanksgiving, right? But Christmas food is Christmas food. I think more so just can't wait to see what we have planned on the road this week, right?
For sure.
Yep, but...
So that will do it for the episode. You can find previous episodes of this, as well as last season, and much more content on Jacksonville Women's Basketball on all streaming platforms, as well as YouTube at JU Athletics. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jax_WBB to stay up to date on all things Jacksonville Women's Basketball. And you can follow us as well on Facebook at Jacksonville Women's Basketball.
Happy holidays, folks. Yes.
Yes, have happy holidays and a fantastic weekend, and stay relentless.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays, guys.
Yeah. Relentless, don't wanna test us. We ball hard, wanna run with the best, you gon' learn.